Hello, I'm Sam, and today I will teach you how to graph quadratic functions. Our first step is to determine the vertex. Find the axis of symmetry. Our equation is y equals 1x squared minus 4x minus 5. We know a equals 1 because it is attached to x squared. We know negative 4 is b because it is attached to x. And finally, we know negative 5 is c because it is by itself. The equation we use to find the axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. We plug a and b into this equation. X now equals 4 over 2 times 1, which equals 4 over 2. Then finally, 2. We plug 2 into the equation. Y now equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 5. Out of that, we get y equals 4 minus 8 minus 5. This equals negative 9. We have our first point on the graph, 2 and negative 9. This marks the axis of symmetry, which means everything on the left will be the same as everything on the right and vice versa. Now that we know the x-coordinate for the axis of symmetry is 2, we pick two numbers smaller than 2. So I pick 1 and 0. I plug 1 into the equation. I started out with y equals x squared minus 4x minus 5 and get y equals 1 squared minus 4 times 1 minus 5. This leads to y equals 1 minus 4 minus 5. Y equals negative 3, negative 5, and finally negative 8. Then we move on to 0. We plug 0 in and get 0 squared minus 4 times 0 minus 5, which equals negative 5. So to recap, we have 3 points on the graph. 1, negative 8, 0, negative 5, and 2, negative 9. Our graph should so far look like this. Now we need 2 more points. Our next number is 3, since it is bigger than 2. We plug 3 into the equation and get 3 squared minus 4 times 3 minus 5. Out of that, we get y equals negative 3 minus 5, which equals negative 8. So our fourth point is 3, negative 8. For our last point, we plug 4 into the equation to get y equals 4 squared minus 4 times 4 minus 5. Out of that, we get y equals 16 minus 5, which equals negative 5. Our graph should look like this. And we have a perfect parabola.